Have you ever found yourself thinking, I've lived a long life, but have I really lived it? It's a common thought, especially as we get older. The truth is, we all start thinking more about the years behind us and the ones still ahead. But here's a thought, life isn't measured by the number of years, but by how you live them. What does that really mean, though? As we age, it can sometimes feel like time is slipping away, and it's easy to fall into the trap of measuring life by the calendar. But if we focus on the quality of how we live each day rather than counting the years, we can truly live a life that's meaningful, fulfilling, and full of purpose. The good news is that no matter how old we are, it's never too late to start living with intention. In this video, we're going to explore how you can make every moment count, not by chasing more years, but by truly embracing the present. We'll look at simple, everyday changes you can make to live a life full of energy, joy, and connection. Let's dive into the first way you can begin living more intentionally, focusing on your health, but not just in the way you might think. When most people think about health, they think about exercise or diet. But health is so much more than that. It's about balance, mental clarity, and making sure that you're nurturing both your body and mind. Let's start with the concept of mental health. As we get older, we might start to feel like we're slowing down mentally, forgetting names, misplacing keys, or even struggling to keep up with conversations. It's easy to get frustrated, but here's the truth, it's normal for our cognitive abilities to change as we age. But that doesn't mean we can't keep our minds sharp and alert. One of the best ways to do that is through constant learning and stimulation. We often associate learning with youth, but your brain is like a muscle, it grows stronger with use, no matter your age. Taking up a new hobby, reading books, engaging in puzzles, or learning a new skill can help keep your mind active and vibrant. For example, have you ever considered learning a new language, or perhaps learning to play a musical instrument? It's not only fun, but it's also an excellent way to keep your brain in top form. Even something as simple as doing crosswords or Sudoku daily can help your memory stay sharp. The key here is to remember that your mental health is just as important as your physical health. If you've ever heard the saying, a sound mind in a sound body, it's spot on. You can't truly live well if your mind isn't healthy. So, take time each day to engage in something that challenges you mentally, something that brings you joy and keeps your mind active. Whether it's a hobby, a class, or simply engaging in meaningful conversations with others, keeping your brain active is a crucial part of living well. As you focus on maintaining mental sharpness, don't forget about physical health, and no, I'm not talking about intense workouts or trying to get back to a fitness level from your 20s. I'm talking about maintaining movement. The idea that aging means slowing down physically is something many of us have been led to believe, but that doesn't have to be the case. Studies show that regular, moderate movement, whether it's a walk around the block, some light stretching, or even gentle yoga, can have a huge impact on how we feel and function as we age. The great thing about physical activity is that you don't have to be an athlete to reap the benefits. Movement, in any form, can improve circulation, increase energy, reduce stress, and even help with things like sleep. Have you noticed how much better you feel after a walk in the fresh air or after a good stretch? It's not just in your body, it's in your whole being. Your mood lifts, your energy boosts, and you feel more capable of taking on the day. Now, if you're someone who hasn't been very active, don't worry. You don't need to jump straight into intense exercise or try to do everything all at once. Start small. Even if it's just a few minutes of stretching every morning or a gentle walk after dinner, the important thing is to make it a part of your routine. Over time, you'll feel more energized, and your body will thank you for it. These small steps, taking care of your mental health and staying physically active, don't just add years to your life. They make the years you do have more enjoyable and meaningful. But remember, health is only one part of the equation. The next step is about how you approach each day. It's about setting intentions and choosing to live with purpose. Living with purpose can mean different things for different people. For some, it might mean spending more time with loved ones. For others, it might mean getting involved in a cause they care about or pursuing a passion they've put off for years. The key is that you choose what your days look like, instead of letting the days pass by without a plan or intention. Living with purpose also means letting go of what doesn't serve you. We all have habits or mindsets that hold us back. Perhaps it's self-doubt, fear of change, or an unwillingness to embrace new experiences. These can weigh heavily on us, especially as we age. But here's the truth: you don't have to carry these burdens forever. In fact, releasing old fears or habits is a liberating experience. It's about giving yourself permission to embrace new possibilities and not letting age define what you can or can't do. As we move forward, let's look at how you can cultivate a deeper sense of purpose in your daily life. What are the things that truly bring you joy, and how can you make more room for them? The answers might be simpler than you think. Now, let's explore that next step. Living with purpose is such a powerful mindset because it not only gives us direction, but it also instills a sense of excitement in each day. It's easy to fall into routines that feel repetitive, especially as we get older, but when we start choosing how to spend our time rather than letting time just slip by, that's when life truly begins to feel vibrant. So, how can you cultivate a daily purpose, even when the world around you may seem to slow down? One great way to start is by reflecting on the things that bring you true happiness, whether that's a creative outlet, helping others, or spending time with your family. Think about it for a moment. When was the last time you did something simply for the joy it brought you? Maybe it's a hobby you've put off, or a passion that's been on the back burner for years. Take the time to reconnect with those interests. Whether it's painting, gardening, writing, or volunteering, when you immerse yourself in something that lights you up, it gives you a reason to get out of bed every morning with excitement. And here's the thing: these aren't just hobbies. They're ways of investing in yourself and in the world around you. Have you ever felt the sense of fulfillment that comes from helping someone else, or simply offering a kind word or listening ear? Giving back to others, whether it's through your time, skills, or love, helps you feel connected and rooted. For many, this sense of contribution becomes one of the most important parts of life as they age. It creates a sense of meaning that can be incredibly powerful, reminding you that you matter, no matter how old you are. Of course, living with purpose also involves setting small, achievable goals. It doesn't have to be grandiose or overly ambitious. Sometimes, the most fulfilling days are the ones where you accomplished something simple. Maybe it's something as small as preparing a healthy meal or finishing a puzzle you've been working on. Perhaps it's finally getting around to organizing that drawer that's been sitting neglected for months. The sense of accomplishment that comes from completing these tasks, no matter how small, adds a layer of purpose to your day. But let's be honest, not every day is going to be a grand adventure. There are going to be days when things feel harder, and it's important to acknowledge that. That's why it's vital to be kind to yourself. Life isn't a race, it's about enjoying the journey, even when it has its bumps and detours. When you approach life with compassion toward yourself, it becomes easier to bounce back from setbacks and keep pushing forward. As we continue exploring ways to live fully, another powerful practice is learning to embrace change. We've all heard people say, "I wish I could turn back time," or "I don't like how things are changing." But here's a secret: change isn't something to fear. It's a natural part of life, and the more we resist it, the more we hold ourselves back from experiencing the beauty of what comes next. If you're someone who's afraid of change, know that you're not alone. It's perfectly normal to feel uneasy when faced with new challenges or unknowns, especially as we age. But the key is to shift your mindset about change. Instead of seeing it as something negative, view it as an opportunity for growth and self-discovery. Think about all the things you've already lived through in your life. The experiences, the lessons, the changes you've faced, those things shaped who you are today. And the best part is, there's still so much ahead. Take, for example, the idea of adopting new technology. Many seniors feel intimidated by smartphones, social media, or other tech gadgets. But here's the thing: technology doesn't have to be a barrier. It can be a bridge to new experiences, new connections, and new ways of learning. What if you took the time to learn how to use a new app, or perhaps started using video calls to stay in touch with family members? The world is evolving, and so can you. Embrace the idea that you're never too old to learn something new. Similarly, when we talk about change, it's also about how you change your perspective. Life isn't just about the circumstances we face, it's about how we choose to look at them. Aging isn't something that has to be viewed negatively. It's an opportunity to let go of what no longer serves you and focus on what brings you joy. Instead of focusing on the physical changes or what's fading, focus on what's blossoming. Embrace the wisdom that comes with age, the richness of experience, the beauty of patience, and the depth of understanding. But let's not stop there. There's also a mindset shift that happens when we take risks. Now, I know what you might be thinking: I'm too old to take risks. I should play it safe. But I urge you to consider that some of the most fulfilling moments in life come from stepping out of your comfort zone. It doesn't have to be a giant leap, it could be something as simple as trying a new activity or meeting new people. Sometimes, it's the small risks that add the most joy to our lives. Think about it: when was the last time you did something spontaneous or unexpected? Maybe it was trying a new restaurant or taking a trip to a place you've never been. Even small risks, like getting involved in a new social group, can lead to new experiences and relationships that you never imagined. Taking risks doesn't mean being reckless. It means pushing yourself to do things that expand your horizons and make life feel exciting. So, next time you're faced with a decision that feels like a stretch, ask yourself, what's the worst that could happen? Often, you'll find that the potential rewards far outweigh the fear of the unknown. Now, as we move forward, let's talk about how you can truly nurture relationships, because living well isn't just about what you do for yourself, it's also about the connections you create with others. When we talk about living fully, we can't overlook the importance of relationships. As we age, it's easy to find ourselves more isolated, perhaps due to the loss of loved ones, changes in our lifestyle, or simply the natural course of life. But the truth is, we are social creatures, and our connections to others are what truly enrich our lives. Building and nurturing relationships is one of the most meaningful ways to live with purpose and joy. One of the first things to realize is that relationships don't have to be limited to family or longtime friends. As you get older, there's always room to build new connections, whether it's with neighbors, community members, or even online groups that share similar interests. If you've been feeling lonely or disconnected, it might be time to open yourself up to new people. You might be surprised at the bonds you can form with others, even at this stage in life. Start by looking at your daily routine. Are there opportunities to interact with others? Perhaps it's as simple as having a chat with a neighbor or joining a local club. Maybe there's a class or workshop you've always wanted to try, whether it's art, gardening, or cooking. These are excellent ways to meet like-minded people and foster new friendships. And don't forget the power of quality over quantity. You don't need a huge social circle to feel connected. Sometimes, the deepest, most fulfilling relationships are the ones that are built slowly and thoughtfully over time. It's about finding those few people who bring positivity, understanding, and support into your life. The best friendships are often the ones where you can truly be yourself, without pretenses. These are the relationships that will sustain you, lift you up, and remind you of the beauty of life, even as time passes. Of course, maintaining relationships takes effort. It's easy to get busy and let communication slide, but the truth is, the effort you put into your relationships is what makes them last. Whether it's a phone call, a handwritten letter, or a simple text message just to check in, these small acts of connection go a long way in keeping those bonds strong. Make it a point to reach out to someone you care about today. You'll be amazed at how that simple gesture can brighten both of your days. Another important aspect of relationships is self-love. It's easy to give so much of ourselves to others that we forget to take care of our own needs. But you are deserving of the same love, care, and compassion that you give to those around you. Self-love isn't about being selfish, it's about recognizing that you are worthy of happiness, fulfillment, and respect, just as much as anyone else. In fact, self-love plays a vital role in how you approach relationships. When you take time to nurture your own well-being, whether it's through rest, hobbies, or simply giving yourself some quiet time, you are better equipped to show up fully for the people you care about. The more you value yourself, the more you have to offer others. So, make sure you take care of your physical, mental, and emotional needs. Don't be afraid to put yourself first every once in a while. Now, let's talk about something that might be a little more challenging for some of us: letting go. As we age, we naturally accumulate experiences, memories, and sometimes, even regrets. But holding on to grudges, old hurts, or negative feelings can hold us back from truly living the life we deserve. Sometimes, the greatest act of self-care is simply learning to forgive, whether that means forgiving others or even forgiving yourself. Letting go doesn't mean you forget or condone past actions. It means you free yourself from the emotional weight that can keep you anchored in the past. Think of it as a way to lighten your load, so you can fully embrace the present. When you release negativity, you make room for new, positive experiences. You open your heart to love, to joy, and to the incredible potential that lies ahead. Remember, holding on to pain or regret only holds you back. By forgiving and letting go, you are empowering yourself to live more freely and more fully. And as you release what no longer serves you, you create space for the wonderful experiences that await you. Life isn't about carrying around old baggage, it's about living light, living fully, and embracing the beauty of the here and now. As we reflect on all these ways to live fully, taking care of our mental and physical health, embracing change, nurturing relationships, and letting go, it's important to remember that none of these things are about achieving perfection. Life is messy, unpredictable, and full of ups and downs. But it's also incredibly beautiful. And the more we focus on the quality of our lives, rather than just the number of years, the more fulfilling and joyful our journey becomes. So, how can you apply all of this to your own life right now? Start by making one small change today. Maybe it's deciding to spend more time doing something that brings you joy, or perhaps it's reaching out to someone you haven't spoken to in a while. Whatever it is, know that it's never too late to start living fully. Every single day is a new opportunity to create a life that's filled with meaning, connection, and love. As you move forward, remember, you are not defined by the number of years you have left, but by how you choose to live them. And the best part? You have the power to shape that choice, starting today. Embrace each day with open arms, with the understanding that the best is yet to come. Thank you for taking this journey with me. I hope this video has inspired you to think about your own life and how you can live it with purpose, joy, and love. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment sharing your thoughts or experiences, and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Here's to living your best life at any age, because the best is yet to come.